Lopez in trouble in the corner. Again, Romero content to fight backwards and let Lopez get on the front foot.
And the way this one's starting, all Teofimo Lopez. Lopez's team believes as this fight progresses, they're going to be...
Oh, right hand by Lopez. And it
Good jab there.
yeah, that got Romero off balance. Good round here for Teofimo. Whoa! Romero, but he just hasn't given him much to cheer about since the 5th round.
A couple of combinations using that jab.
No, and a right hand lands for Lopez. Well, I think Lopez has looked really impressive, guys.
Teofimo Lopez! Oh my God!
Feels like a dream come true, man. I dreamt of this, and we're here. We finally got it. I want to thank Rolly, man. That push, I needed it. I needed those punches that he hit me with to wake me up and show me why I'm really doing this. That drive, that hunger, and the reason why I am a champion.
How do you feel about tonight's performance last week?
Tonight, I'll grade it a B. A B, if anything. Got some work to do. Got some combinations to put up with. I think Rolly didn't want to fight. He was just selective on punches.
Definitely didn't want to fight.
But no matter what, we got to go back to the drawing board and get better.
God don't make mistakes, baby. God don't make mistakes, baby.
Division world champion. Now, was this win about redemption or reinvention?
The beginning of Undisputed.
I guess, is it like a rebirth? Maybe that? Just a rebirth of it, yeah. Spirit. I feel like my spirit is like the phoenix.
Look at my face and look at his face. I know, bro. Riding, I got hit with what? 2 little right hands the whole fight. How many hooks he hit?
Amazing performance from Rolly.
Appreciate y'all, man. Fellas, I'm sorry.
Rolly fought good, bro.
Appreciate y'all, fellas.
What'd you just think, just overall?
It was a good box. It was a good boxing performance by Rolly. T.O. probably took over with his activity towards the end, but if you really pay attention and look, Rolly was landing big blows and not getting hit in the first half of the fight.
So you thought Rolly won?
Nah, I mean, if T.O. won, it was a majority decision for a reason. It was close. It ended up being close, but it was a good fight, for sure.
Thanks, Lamont. I told Lamont Roach, look at his face and look at mine.
Yeah.
Kind of how he's going to judge who should have won. That's what Rolly said. Look at his face and look at mine.
Well, look at his body and look at mine. I mean, we could both say the same things. We'll let the people think who won. Honestly, man, I'm so thankful for that punch. That thing woke me up, and it made me realize why I'm doing what I'm doing. I bit down on that mouthpiece. I said in the middle of the round with Rolly, I said, you got to do better than that to take me out.
Yeah.
And I just said, nah, we're gonna fight. Let's go.
Nico, all these lost men. Tell me what you think about Teofimo's victory versus Rolly, man.
It was a back and forth fight at times. You know, you didn't know what kind of fight you'd see, but yeah, man, it's, you know, Teo won that fight. So
The strategy was, it seemed to kind of jab right hand to the body, kind of getting the keep.
the body is what changed the fight. Teo did not stop going to Rolly's body, and it definitely slowed him down for sure.
Yeah, do you think Rolly, at one point, I mean, they catch him right? It seemed like he almost dropped him. I mean, they got.
No, he could have, if Rolly put on the gas, I think he could have gotten him out of there, but Teo had a game plan of targeting Rolly's body, and you go to the body, it slows you down. So you can't step on the gas if you got no gas to, you know, use. So it was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Hey, how'd you see it?
They
Give us
got
your
it.
experts.
I think the judges had it wrong. I think it was a wider. I think Teo kind of dominated. I think Rolly wasn't busy enough. But when he did hit you, it was significant. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see Rolly again, man. I want to see him again. Three of the four Kings champions, man.
What went through your mind when you heard Teo?
I thought the fight was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Rolly was going to turn it up. And
Yeah.
Great job, Teo. Amado, what'd you think of Teo, man?
Hey, I helped, man. Teo did that. We just helped him in camp, but that's all Teo. And what Teo did was he believed in himself, got his mind right, and he took over, and it's a takeover. He was outboxing that motherfucker. You can't knock everybody out. Why is Ford considered the greatest fighter of all time? Because he beat people on points. He didn't knock everybody out. And that's exactly what Teo did, man.
Thank you, bro.
All love.
Hey, how'd you see it? How'd you see it?
I saw it. I definitely didn't see the draw. They should get that judge and straight fire his ass.
Yeah.
Close fight. I thought Rolly did amazing. He fought a little different than I'm used to seeing him. Teofimo won a lot of good close rounds and it was a good close fight. But Teo definitely won though.
Those are the kind of fights that boxing needs, right? Evenly matched, entertaining fights.
And they were brawling. The guys were getting after. You know, they weren't trying to give each other any inches over each other. I thought it was a great fight. I would actually like to see a rematch in the future as well.
Yeah.
I thought Rolly landed he might be landed slightly better shots overall the night. Yeah. But Teo definitely controlled the ring generalship.
Yeah.
He counted more. He was a little bit more active, you know, so I definitely give it to Teo.
Side seemed a little red, at least from where we were sitting.
Red where?
Right there.
That's called blood.
I see blood on your leg too. When you caught him.
I don't see anything red.
No, I'm saying blood on your leg. Probably Teal's blood.
Yeah, no, for sure Teal's blood, but I don't see anything red on my side. So don't start that initiative.
Wait, how'd you see it?
Man,
it's a banger, huh?
Good fight, bro.
Yeah, you wanted to see them run it back?
Hell yeah.
What did you think? Did you like what Teo showed, what Rolly showed?
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a great fight. I thought it was super duper close. Unfortunately, you know.
Did you agree with the decision?
Do I agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have to now.
With Teofimo Lopez and Rolly Romero having finally settled their rivalry inside the ring, here's a look back at what fighters and analysts had been expecting before the opening bell. Teddy Atlas had been siding with Teofimo Lopez, believing his natural talent and instincts were giving him the advantage. He still acknowledged Rolly Romero's ability, but remained more convinced by Teofimo's overall gifts.
So at the end of the day,
I'm going with Teofimo because of what I started with. I'm just going to go with his talent. I think at the end of the day that he's more talented and more instinctual. I think his instinct, he's more instinctual. Romero does have talent too, but Romero's another guy with the mental. You would think that now he might be in the best place he could be, even though he took a year off. I don't know why he took a year off, coming off his biggest name win. But see, that's a little hollow for me too. I can't go nuts with that win. Yeah, he beat a potentially great fighter, potentially very good fighter. I use the word potentially.
Sharing his prediction, Showbiz the Adult believed Teofimo Lopez could survive a flash knockdown and make the necessary adjustments as the fight progressed. He expected Teofimo to settle into his own style and find a way to turn the fight around.
I think Teo, with this respectable fear of his father, he gets up even. It's like Devin Haney. He's going to get up. Bill, his father's, he's going to get up. Sean Porter is going to get up, bro. So I think Teo gets to his feet. And I think Teo, there may be a coming of age moment where he's like, I'm going to do me. And it's sad that he may have to do something like that. And I think Teo can make the adjustments the way he did with Kambosos. Don't forget, Teo probably beat Kambosos. Don't forget, he knocked down Kambosos too.
Greg Hackett had been giving Rolly Romero the edge, pointing to the threat he was bringing with his pressure, power, and determination. While respecting Teofimo Lopez's talent, Hackett felt Rolly's relentless style could have made him the tougher man to deal with.
Final thoughts about that fight?
Even what you just said, it made me feel like Teo trying to motivate himself. He's trying to find some type of fire because he knows that Rolly is a really good fight for him. A lot of people are picking Teo, and I understand why. Teo, at one time, he had the people captivated, you know what I mean, with his skill set and with the knockouts he was getting, but that was at 135 pounds. This fight will be at 147, his first time at 147. Rolly is a puncher. Rolly has a very high intensity level. He can't be taken lightly. Is he the best skilled fighter? No, he's not, but he's one of the best determined fighters, and he'll rip your head off. This is a great fight. But I'm picking Rolly because of when I saw Rolly change trainers and go to Ishmael Salas.
Paulie Malignaggi had been leaning toward Teofimo Lopez, believing he could deliver another strong performance when doubters were writing him off. He respected Rolly Romero's danger, but felt Teofimo's best could have been enough to win.
Who wins this fight? Bro, I'm going to tell you this. It's a tough one to pick. It's a difficult one to pick. Teo has surprised us when we've all doubted him at his worst. When he's been at his worst, he's surprised us. I think Teo is not at an age where you're shot yet. I think Teo has another rabbit up his sleeve, another rabbit out of the hat he can pull, another trick up his sleeve. Not that Rolly's a good fighter. Not that Rolly's a bad fighter. Rolly's a good fighter. Rolly's an awkward fighter. I think I rate Rolly more than a lot of people rate him because on Rolly's bad performances, I think he gets too much slack. Rolly can be good and he's dangerous. This is not a pick for Teofimo Lopez because I think Rolly's bad. I think this is a pick for Teofimo Lopez because I think Teo comes with his A-plus game and a night where everybody's pushed back against him, everybody's doubted him, and everybody has said, you know what, this is the end of Teofimo Lopez. He wins the WBA welterweight title and becomes, is it a three-way world champion? Got to give Teofimo a lot of credit. Got to give Teofimo Lopez a lot of credit if he pulls this off.
While adding his views, Tim Bradley had been backing Teofimo Lopez to outclass Rolly Romero, while still giving Rolly credit for what he brought to the ring. He expected Teofimo to hurt him at times, but ultimately win a clear decision rather than score a knockout.
He does. And I also noticed that when you push Rolly back on his back foot, Rolly don't like to fight off his back foot. He likes to be the boss. And most guys that are like, you know, strong and like to come forward and be aggressive, and you know, like to bag up their opponents, they don't like to get pushed back. They hate it. They don't like to get bullied. It does something to them psychologically. And I noticed that when you start to pressure Rolly is smart enough to know to move on his bike and circle around, and he'll dance, and then he'll reposition. However, when you're forced and you're moving back and forth, you're telling me that you don't want none of this smoke. That's boxing IQ. Oh yeah, you don't want none of this smoke. Yeah, keep moving. You know how Rolly, he'll get up and he'll start moving around the ring. I was like, damn, slow down, Rolly. Then he'll finally settle his feet once you stop attacking him. But I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think the power, I'm curious about how well Teofimo Lopez is going to be able to take the punch of Rolly if he gets clipped. curious in that. Tio has thus far has showed a good chin. Tio, I remember when he fought against Richard Comey, a lot of people were doubting him against Richard Comey. And Richard Comey was a guy that liked to come forward, be aggressive. And Teofimo Lopez was able to time him on his way in with a shot he didn't see and turn his lights out. And I understand it was at 135, but Richard Comey wasn't no small dude. He wasn't no small guy. He was a bigger guy, you know, and he was able to flatline him. So, but my prediction for the fight, I'm gonna go with the skills. I'm not going to go with the power on this one.
Shady McCoy had been favoring Teofimo Lopez, believing the matchup suited his style and could have turned into a comfortable night for him. He felt Teofimo's recent performances had shown enough to give him a clear advantage over Rolly Romero.
Smiling about. I think all you guys are right. So is that 3 for Tio? Yeah. Right. Something I've been saying for years ago. If this fight ever happened, Tio's going to win. Walk in the park type of fight. I mean, I don't want to disrespect Rolly. That last interview, I liked him a little more. But if I'm just doing my job, I think Tio styles on him. What do you mean style on him? I think it's an easy fight. I watched the last fight where he fought, who did Tio fight last? Shakur. No, the one he won. In New York, Barbosa. That was a good fight. Yeah. And I watched Tio style on him. It looked easy.
And
fight.
Barbosa and Gary Russell had viewed Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero as a close matchup, giving Lopez the edge in overall boxing skills, while seeing Romero as the more dangerous puncher. He believed Rolly could have changed the fight with one big shot, while Teofimo's best path was to stay disciplined, box smart, and avoid getting drawn into a firefight.
I think it's going to be a 50-50 fight. I think, in my personal opinion, Teofimo Lopez, I think he got a little more in his arsenal as far as like his boxing ability, but I think Rolly is the bigger puncher. I think Rolly's the bigger puncher. He's going to have the ability to be able to change the trajectory of the fight at any given moment if he was to land something heavy on Teofimo Lopez. So I'm not sure. It's gonna take for Rolly to try to trap him into a firefight and catch him with something heavy, and I think it's going to be up to Teofimo Lopez to think, box, try to avoid a matador. I think that's what's the keys to victory for both of them.
Richardson Hitchens had expected Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero to be a slow and tactical matchup, with both fighters staying patient and cautious. He believed Rolly's discipline and defense could make it difficult for Teofimo to capitalize on mistakes.
Rolly got that shit, so it's going to be a boring fight. But
why do you think it's going to be boring?
Because Rolly's patient. And niggas like Tio thrive off people that's not patient. You feel me? That's Tio whole game. Tio be twitchy when a nigga make a mistake. Tio on it. Like
Do you think Rolly was patient against Ryan?
Yes, extremely patient.
Yeah,
extremely patient. That's what I'm saying. Rolly win is gonna be like a, you feel me? Like it's gonna be a boring fight. I'm telling you, that shit's gonna be a real boring fight. Boring as fuck. I don't see, cause Rolly, I don't feel like Rolly defense that bad. Like, I don't see, Rolly's not a nigga that just be getting beat up on. But I'm not gonna lie, Pitbull beat the shit out that nigga.
Assessing the matchup from a technical standpoint, Shakur Stevenson had been favoring Teofimo Lopez if he was able to perform at his best. However, he also felt Rolly Romero was much tougher and smarter in the ring than the public was giving him credit for.
Tio is a great fighter. I don't take none away from him. Even now, like if I know the Tio that's supposed to go out there and do what he been doing, he should beat Rolly. But
you think so?
Yes, for sure. For sure, he should.
You don't think Rolly got any chance? Like,
no, I think Rolly like mentally is a tougher dude than a lot of people know and expect. And I think Rolly is actually smarter than people know and expect. I think Rolly got some things with him for sure. Like I don't think Rolly is just like his style may be like trash to me. Like the way he fight, like you watch him shadowbox, it look funny, but like. I think Rolly is a good fighter, but I think Tio should be on another level. Like Tio's who he is. I done seen this dude since a kid dominate. like since youngins, like he dominates fights. So
Malik Scott had been going against his usual preference for pure technical ability, instead siding with Rolly Romero because of the composure he had been showing. He believed Rolly could build on his Ryan Garcia performance, while Teofimo had been winning more through skill than power.
Sometimes you don't have to get knocked out cold
or have something dramatic happen to you for you to change as a fighter. We're going to see if that happens to Tio or not. Is he going to be under the craft spell of Shakur? This whole build-up, I've really been excited about Rolly. If I had to pick one, I'm going with Rolly right now, and that's very different for me because I usually go with technically sound. I usually go with skill, but I believe Rolly being composed and building off of the performance he had with Ryan Garcia and taking all the information in that Ishmael have to give him, and I can't reiterate this word composed enough because I think when he's not composed is where he gets knocked out. When he's not composed is where he gets clipped. And speaking of knockouts, I haven't seen Tio really clip nobody in a very long time. I've seen him outcraft, I've seen him outskill guys.
Looking at how the styles were matching up, Coach Reg had been leaning toward Teofimo Lopez to get the better of Rolly Romero. He felt Teofimo's sharper boxing would be enough to neutralize Rolly's power and carry him to a decision win.
Rolly has the power. You should always have a game plan from A to Z. Cut the ring off, stop him from moving. Cut the ring off and place your shots. Simple.
When a dude has good head movement and highly skilled, do you just look to just punch on anything if you're the puncher? Is that when you talk about breaking him down?
Touch the arm, touch the chest, touch the body, wherever you can touch him at. Wherever you can touch him at. Until you set that trap.
If you had to lay money on the wood.
I'm going to go with the more skill. I'm going to go with Teofimo.
Decision?
Yeah, decision.
While giving both fighters plenty of respect, Jeff Mayweather felt Teofimo Lopez was holding the advantage in skill and experience. At the same time, he viewed Teofimo's inconsistency as the wild card that could have made the fight far more unpredictable.
The fight itself, I think that Tio has the better skills and actually knows more about Rolly in boxing. But I think Tio has so many inconsistencies. When it's time to beat somebody that people think that he's gonna lose to, he wins. But then there's fights where he's favored to win and he loses. And this is another fight like that.
Kenny Porter had been expecting Rolly Romero to increase his pressure and work at a higher pace against Teofimo Lopez. He felt a slower approach like the one Rolly had used against Ryan Garcia would have played into Teofimo's strengths.
I think in this particular fight, he's gonna have to fight specific for the guy he's boxing. But he's got a great guy behind him in Salas, so I'm sure Salas will have him prepared. I really couldn't tell you how to get prepared for either guy. I would, from the outside looking in, I would say that Rolly's going to have to apply some pressure and try to land some hard shots. If he tries to maybe fight a slower pace fight like he did against Ryan, I think that favors Tio. A slower pace fight favors Tio. I think he'd need to pick up his pace against Tio.
Coming off a strong stretch, Okoye had been favoring Rolly Romero because of the confidence and momentum he was carrying. He believed Rolly's power could become a major factor if he started landing cleanly, especially if Teofimo Lopez struggled to keep him honest with his own offense.
I got Rolly, man. I think Tio, I don't disrespect Tio's game. I think, it's a good stylistic fight. It's not a shot. It's 50-50 if you look at both fighters lined up, but I don't know. I just like the momentum Rolly got right now, in my opinion. I just feel like Rolly's still very dangerous, and I think at his size right now, he's comfortable. So Rolly being comfortable and a little angry too. I think he seemed like he got a little chip on his shoulder too. So I just got Rolly in this fight. You know what I mean? I think that eventually he's gonna start landing on Tio, and when he does, it's gonna change things. Tio, since he started going up in weight, hasn't looked like the devastating puncher that he used to be. So I don't know if he can do enough to really get Rolly's respect in there from that regard.
Adrian Broner had been staying neutral on Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero, hoping both fighters would come through safely and be able to provide for their families. His relationship with Rolly had also made it difficult for him to pick a winner.
But Rolly, Tio, honestly though, it's like
is a fight that I'm just looking for both to come out okay, be able to take care of their families. I can't pick a side because I got a relationship with Rolly. I got a relationship with Tio.
So the question now shifts from what just happened to what comes next. It's about finding a way back and rebuilding. A statement, proof that tonight doesn't define the rest of the story. On the other side, it's about cashing in the momentum before the division moves on without them. Either way, this rivalry isn't closing tonight, it's opening a new chapter. Subscribe so you're locked in the moment the next move gets made.